Waterkloof Model Railway operator training videos, and in this video we are looking at car movement systems. I do not use a car card and waybill system or a switch list. I use a much simplified system where at each station there is a list of instructions, and once that instruction has been completed, a tick mark is made to say it is completed. At the same time, the operator, engineer, or the conductor, whoever has done that specific movement, informs the dispatcher about this movement that has been completed. The dispatcher has a very similar looking chart at the dispatcher's panel, and as soon as he receives information from the East London operator, he will go to the column East London, look at placed car on ready track, and also make a tick mark to show that that has been completed. And so the same for all the other stations. If he receives confirmation that it has been done, a tick mark is placed so he can see which moves has been completed and which is still to be done. Then you will notice there's another column that says type, and that will either show a tablet or a shunt where nothing is required, or not applicable when the train arrives there. It does not need a tablet anymore. The tablet gets handed back to the dispatcher, or in this case TW stands for track warrant. In other words, it will cross over a main line somewhere and it needs a warrant to cross the main line. In case there is another train coming, it will have special instructions in what to do in that case. So each of the specific trains gets a instruction of what to put together, and we'll have a look at one of the trains to be built in East London or assembled in East London station. If we look at 850, there's a supply train for Aloes. It is instructed to pick up 2 container cars, a carload of frames for the auto manufacturer, coil steel, and a petrol tanker, and to put that all on the ready track when it is done. So once that is completed, a tick mark is again made in the appropriate block, and the dispatcher is informed that that specific move has been completed, and the dispatcher will then make a tick mark in that specific block next to East London and that train and say it has been completed. So this is back to the dispatcher's panel, build supply train, and we make the tick mark there. But I trust you get the general idea of how car forwarding, car movements is being done on this specific layout. It also means that we work with car types and not car numbers. Much easier to identify a tanker as a tank car than having to decipher the number, which can be quite small.